All right, the next agenda item is to report on actions taken in executive session. During the executive session, the Ethics Commission voted to approve the minutes of the executive session held on January 28th, 2025 pursuant to RI Gen Law, section 42-46-5A, 2 and 4, and that was a unanimous vote. And then a motion to return to open session. I should restate that. Did anybody abstain on that vote? The first vote? No.
Yeah.
Commissioner Peterson abstaining, so
And so did
unanimous.
So did I.
And Commissioner Rabideau, and then on the motion to return to open session. Vote was unanimous to return to open session. Correct?
Correct.
And then. Next item on the agenda is whether there's any new business proposed for future commission agendas or general comments from the commissioners. I think we should take up procurement.
Funny.
Sure, yeah. Well, the question procuring what?
Would it be appropriate to discuss at this time to give the staff some guidance as to what may be helpful for our consideration on the potential rulemaking for the for gift? Or should that be at a different stage? But I'm looking for guidance.
I think what we would have to do on that is put that on the agenda for the next meeting, because we're raising it as new business, even though it's connected to what we've just done. So I think what you're asking is for them to come to us with information relating to the proposed rule process.
Right, but let me just say this, if I can get a courtesy from the other commissioners. I'm not going to be able to be at the next meeting. I have certain items that I would like information about. So if that could be delayed.
We'll work with you for sure. I mean, everybody's gonna want a voice along the way, so we're gonna make sure that everybody gets their voice. I don't think we'd be taking up the final question.
No, it's to the information that would be to ask the staff to try to assemble.
I can speak a little bit to this. So first of all, there's nothing in the open meetings laws that would prohibit you from contacting me to discuss the information that you want to make sure that we bring back before you when we do bring something back before you. And just to let you all know, generally, one thing, regardless of what you tell me to bring, and I'll bring anything you want me to bring, what I anticipate bringing, at the very least, is information from other jurisdictions regarding, Mr. Marion mentioned that there were 28 jurisdictions that included lobbyists and 12 that included lobbyists and other things. And I'll bring you information about those and whether they're legislative ethics commissions or general purpose ethics commissions and what they're.
But the important point is that a commissioner individually can contact you and ask for development of information for the purposes of later meetings, and in doing so does not violate the open meetings law. Correct. And that's the important point, I think, for the people sitting on this side of it.
You can't meet together,
We can't.
three of you, or however many of you, you can't create a forum and talk about it outside of the meeting. But any commissioner can call the staff individually to discuss what you want to see in the meeting materials. That's not a problem.
And to the extent that anything's gonna come up at a meeting where we know you have interest, which we do, pretty much at all of it anyway, we would make sure that we would make no final decision on that sort of thing without having your input or anybody's input.
And if you prefer to just have a preliminary agenda, not at the next meeting, but the first meeting you'll be at the next time to discuss this, and you can all have a group discussion about what you want to be
I
having to
think
do
we
with
should
that.
have it on the agenda starting next time for where we are in the rulemaking process. Whether we engage in a particular task that time, but I think from going forward right now, it needs to be a continuing agenda item so that we can keep it on the
Keep it
on our purpose. Even if we've decided at any particular meeting that we're not gonna do that item today, because there's nothing we need to do yet. I think it should be a recurring item on our agenda until we have resolved the question. One way or the other. Any other new business or comments from the commissioners? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner
Okay.
Rapidus, second by Commissioner Susie. Do I need a roll call vote? I don't think so. Are there any opposed? No opposed. Passes the end of the meeting. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Quinn.
Listen.